It's time to see those who looted millions from Prasa in orange overalls. That is the word from Transport Minister Fikile Mbalula. Of course, you'll remember the state capture report recommended a separate inquiry into the many problems of corruption at the passenger rail agency. Well, today there's been an update from the Transport Minister. Rofhiwa Madzena joins us now to tell us all about it. Hi, Rofhiwa. So, two big issues that were hugely controversial at the time around Prasa, and this is the Spanish locomotives. Were those the two tall trains? I mean, I can't keep track, pardon the pun. And the issue of security at Prasa, because we've seen so much looting and robbery, literally, of train tracks.
So quite an extensive update that was given by the Minister and the CEO and the Chairman of Prasa this morning, Sally. So they were going around to 10 corridors that have been refurbished after being completely dilapidated over the last 2 or so years. And we were in the one in Pretoria. He spoke to the Spanish locomotives issue. They indicated that it's not that the locomotives are too tall. They use diesel, and the fumes are the ones that could potentially destroy the electrical line. So they're very close to the line, but it's not that they can't work on the lines that we have in South Africa. It's the fumes of the diesel that could destroy the electrical infrastructure. So what they're doing at the moment is to say, we've had our consultations with the manufacturers, and you can change the direction in which the fumes come out of the train as it moves, or the locomotive. So they say that they've been to Spain, they've seen the trains that are owed to us because we paid for them, and now that's just a finalization of them coming into the country and becoming part of Prasa's fleet for passengers across the country. And then the issue of security, Sally, you'll remember in 2019 there were dozens of contracts that were cancelled, security contracts that were seen as dodgy after an investigation by National Treasury. That left Prasa completely exposed to theft and vandalism, and billions worth of lines have been lost. They say now that they've hired internally 3,100 security officers have been hired now to manage the major corridors that are back online. And what they'll do is they'll be now signing contracts with security firms to increase the boots on the ground as more and more corridors are opened across the country.
So the Transport Minister says he wants to see people in orange overalls. How much accountability has there been for the extensive looting at Prasa?
And that's the big problem over the years, Sally. Very little accountability. People have just kind of disappeared after making that mess. But we heard from the CEO today that there were 44 hearings into executives that were seen to have been implicated in the dodgy contracts at Prasa. 33 of those have been finalized, with 19 that have been completely concluded, in that there have been dismissals, final written warnings, and then obviously people who don't want to take accountability have resigned before those proceedings have come to an end. But the minister there talking about what Chairperson Zondo had said when it came to the state capture report, in that we need a commission into Prasa because the malfeasance, the magnitude of it is insane. And Minister Mbalula saying we don't need that. We just need police investigations and people to be arrested. Let's listen into what he had to say there.
Today we are conducting this oversight on the reconstruction work intended to rehabilitate our infrastructure from pairway, overhead traction, electricity substations, signaling and train stations in these corridors. We will then build on this to implement our modernization program and deploy the new trains across all our corridors. Some of the trains have already been deployed. Some of you asked a question when we reached the 100 train last week, and then they asked a pertinent question, Minister, where will these trains operate? Because the infrastructure is ravished. I explained to you that some of the trains are already deployed, and some will be deployed as we recover the corridors. So we will showcase that to you, not from theory, but practically what is happening now. In terms of the work we are doing at Prasa. The progress being made means that we are firmly on track towards the realization of our target to return service to 10 priority corridors, which were announced by the President at the State of the Nation. Zondo Commission recommend a commission of inquiry. Prasa doesn't need a commission of inquiry. It needs total focus, integrated investigation and arrest of thieves. That's what it needs. You're going to have a commission of inquiry, spend billions of rands on it, you leave thieves here. Monies of the state have been embezzled here. Zondo Commission itself has got prima facie. So what we need here, we need prosecution, something like an infusion house when we're investigating PPEs. That's what we need here. Commission to do what? It's fine, we must comply with that because it's a judiciary commission. That's what we need. We'll look at that, and then the president will make up his mind in relation to recommendations to Parliament.